I've got a free loop kit down below in the description if you guys want to click that link. What's going on YouTube? Taylor Prentice back here with another video. So if you guys are looking how to get better at beats, this video is going to be good for you, especially if you're a newbie and are still kind of figuring out your process of how to make beats. But let's get into it. So first things first, when I started making beats, I would just kind of sit down and stare at my DAW for like an hour or two, and just by the time I would like leave my little session, I would have like maybe a beat done or maybe like half a beat done. And yeah, I did that for a while, and then eventually I saw a video. It might have been like Adam Ivy talking about this process, and pretty much this process is just only allowing yourself 30 minutes to make a beat each time. And I don't do this all the time, but for beginners, I definitely think you should take like a month or a couple of weeks where you only allow yourself 30 minutes, because it's going to make you so much more efficient in making beats, and it's going to make your process go so much smoother. It's just going to increase that workflow, and it's also going to help you kind of build out your own individual sound, because when you're pressed for time, you start to do things that you kind of feel more comfortable doing, and over time that'll turn into your own unique sound, which has kind of happened for me. So we can dive into that a little later in this video, but yeah, pretty much the basis of what I'm saying is you sit down at your DAW, you set a timer for 30 minutes, and whatever you have at the end of that 30 minutes is what you have. And you can always go back and finish the beats. Like, there's no like strict rule. Like, it's not like I'm gonna walk in your door and like start beating you up if you started working on a beat for 31 minutes or whatever. But the whole thing is to just get your mind in the process of being efficient and getting things done and making decisions quickly, because a lot of times like we just sit there and overthink things, or just second guess ourselves, and you don't want that when it comes to making beats. You kind of want like your first thought to be what you get down on paper, and then maybe you can kind of revise it from there. But I would make like tracks and then like remake like the whole track, just because I wasn't confident in how it sounded, and I thought I had like forever to work on the beat pretty much. And in a lot of situations, the people who are making greater quantity are the people who end up having the better quality, just because they've been through the ringer so many times and they just know what to do when they get to a certain step. Because that was like one of the things with not making beats quickly, is like a lot of times I wouldn't finish beats. So like I wouldn't do the arrangement, I wouldn't do transitions. So like you're missing out on a big part of being a producer if you're not finishing your beats every single time. And like a lot of times I really do have to force myself to finish beats. And even now, like I'll finish a beat and be like, oh, that transition could have been better, or I could have like put a bridge here that would have made the song stand out a little more. Usually I'm pretty happy with my decisions, and there's not a lot of wasted time when I'm making beats, which is the end goal that you really want, because you want your decisions to be quick, you want your workflow to be quick, and you want to get as many beats as you can to as many artists as you can at the end of the day, because really you just want to get as many songs made as you can, but you don't want your quality to be horrible at the same time. So for me, like now I probably spend like an hour most of the time working on beats, and that includes like heavy mixing and like arrangement, and sometimes even back and forth with the artist. I'll like send them a couple of different versions. But going through that month period where I was making beats every single day in 30 minutes, and I was also posting the beats every single day on my BeatStars on my YouTube, which helped a lot, because I just like would feel guilty if I didn't get a beat posted that day. Or like a lot of times I would make like 5 beats in one day and then just upload them all out, which is just as good as making a single beat every day and just uploading it. For me, I know that I have days where I don't really feel like making beats, and then I have days where I can just crank out like 10 beats like it's nothing. So to each his own, and everybody has their own process. But I just think this 30-minute little limitation is a good step in kind of figuring out your process of making beats, because it forces you to figure things out. Whereas if you're kind of taking forever to make beats, you kind of never really develop that process. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys have any like direct questions about my beat making process, I would be happy to answer them. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I've got a free loop kit down below in the description if you guys want to click that link. Definitely go check it out. Tag me in anything you make with it, I would be happy to hear it. Or just hit me up on Instagram, send me some snippets of whatever you're making. Let's just get some dialogue going. I'm happy to talk to any of you guys and work with you guys. So let's get it. I will see you guys next week. Have a good one. Oh, happy Thanksgiving too.